Tia is the youngest, and she's 8 months old, I think now, and she was rejected after about a week by her mother, and left on the floor of the enclosure. So the keepers had to rescue her, and she's been hand raised ever since then. And the other two the same, similar stories. You have to get special permission from the CITES authority, which governs this international trade, governing the movement of endangered species. So you have to put together a very detailed proposal outlining what you want to do and how you're going to pay for it, and if it's going to be there forever, or at least for the length of their lives. And then you have to manage the release site, which is obviously a huge commitment. We spend, the Aspinall Foundation spends about £500,000 a year protecting 1 million acres of habitat in Central Africa, so it's a big commitment, a lifelong commitment. Well, they're given thorough medical checks, and a vet travels with them, and obviously they're habituated to the transfer itself. Every day they play in the transfer crate, so it's seen as a refuge rather than a cage.
Well, look, I'd love to let them be, but you can't let them be, because if you let them be, they get wiped out. You know, millions of acres of forest are cut down every day. So how can you let them be? Somebody's got to protect them. And it's 2/3 of the orangutan population in Indonesia have been wiped out in the last 5 years. How can you let them be? Funnily enough, the younger the better, because it's easy for them to adapt. So if you it's no different with a human. If you had an orphan child from Bosnia and they came to live in England, 6 months old, when they're 10 years old, they're completely adapted to English culture. Whereas if you took a teenager, it's much harder.